I'm Kirstin and this is Matt. We're from just outside of Dayton, Ohio, and we were on vacation for a week. I was only 30 weeks pregnant, so my OB was like, yeah, that's great. Go travel, it'll be great therapy. And I had no risk in my whole pregnancy, so it was very low risk. We have our almost 2-year-old daughter that we brought with us too. And we went to Punta Gorda, we thought was just for a week, and I ended up going into preterm labor. I called the hospital there and they said, you want to be at Health Park with Golisano Children's Hospital. And so we're like, all right, let's go there. So we had headed here, and they were able to stop my labor, but then within 2 days I went back into labor, and here we were. We had our baby in the middle of Florida, and we're over 1,000 miles away from home. So she was born on March 5th. Deep breath in, she's gonna be okay, and so she gets admitted to the NICU. And then the next day, she started having abnormal, emesis, green colored throw ups. We're kind of like, what's going on with her belly? And she was diagnosed with duodenal atresia, so she had that repaired. She had her first surgery on her 3rd day of life. So that was, scary and unknown, but she did okay. Then what was even more unexpected, after that first surgery, we had given her some time to recover, but then when they went to extubate her, take her breathing tube out, she had something going on in her airway, and it was, you could tell, very narrow. She had this stridor, and she really struggled to breathe. So we had to watch her like that for 9 days, and it was extremely difficult. They got ENT on board, and he went to just do an exploratory scope to just see what was going on in her airway. And he went to scope her, and he came in and found us in the waiting room not even 5 minutes later, and was like, I'm shocked at what I see. And after the extubation, the breathing tube had created swelling in her throat and scar tissue that almost completely was shutting her airway, and she was only breathing out of a 1 millimeter diameter in her airway, like the tip of a pencil. And he came to us, he said, he's like, I don't feel safe without her leaving with a trach from this operating room, because she's, he said we couldn't even fit a breathing tube down her airway right now if we needed to. And we're like, okay, do it, and so then he put a trach in and brought her back, and that was a lot to take in, because it really changed our story. This wasn't just going to be a healthy baby that is going to recover in the NICU that we get to bring home. It's we're going to bring her home with a trach, and it's going to change a lot for us.
But she can breathe.
So once we saw her, we were at peace, because she could finally breathe and she was finally at ease. You just learn to celebrate every win. But as of right now, she's up to 4 pounds and 13 ounces, so she's getting big. She was born just at 3 pounds, and she's doing better. Our friends and family have just been like, what can we do for you? What can we do? And the craziest thing is, I'm like, honestly, I don't even know what we need, because the Ronald McDonald House has
done everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, the Ronald McDonald House, it's given us a place to stay. The beds are the most comfortable beds we've ever slept in.
Yeah,
which is awesome. And it's right next to our daughter, which we couldn't ask for anything more than being so close to her. So when we have to go over there, we can be there within 5 minutes, and that's just such a gift. And then food, people are like, can we send you meals and food? And we're like, honestly, Ronald McDonald House, they feed us every night, and the food is great. We've been really spoiled.
It really takes away having to think, which sounds weird, but when you're so focused on what's happening in the hospital, it's really hard to think about those everyday things, like what are we having for dinner, how do we make that decision, where are we don't even know this city and this town. And so just being able to say I want this, and it appears at 5 o'clock is incredible. It's really too great for words. It provides a peace of mind that has allowed us to kind of take care of ourselves and also be there for our daughter.
And the people at the house are fantastic. It's been this might make me cry again, but being so far away from home, we don't have all of our friends and family surrounding us. They've been sending us stuff and been so supportive in so many ways, but they're not here with us. And I will say that everyone at the Ronald McDonald House has filled that place. They have become our friends and family while we're here for real. We laugh with them, we cry with them, and you know, when I was having a couple rough days at the beginning, we had a lot of unknowns with our daughter, and she's already had 2 surgeries, so there were some scary times, and a couple days where I cried a lot. But you know, they were like, what can we do? And Matt told them my favorite candy, and the house manager, she wrote a poem and put a whole box of candies outside my door that I came home to. And then the poem, it says, so when the tears start to flow, grab a box of Milk Duds and out the door you go. And it just made me cry, and it was like the sweetest thing ever. And let me tell you, for a few days there, I ate a box of Milk Duds every day. And I'm like, I don't care. This is what I need today. And
just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, and then now she's been doing a little bit better. And so I still look at that I still have some Milk Duds left. I'm like, well, I haven't needed those in a while. It's a
good sign.
Been a good stretch. So, so they've really even just provided that. It like is almost like a little therapy when you come back and you're just able to talk about stuff. And I mean, that's a gift in itself, just especially for us in our situation, needing that support in a different way, probably. But through this journey, that's why, you know, it's been so up and down for us, and that's why it gets so emotional, because the days that were so hard in the beginning, we came back and we just were cared for in a way that it's hard to even put words to. People just embraced us with their kindness and support, and it meant everything. And it helped us get through some of those days that were really hard to get through. So we will forever be grateful for Ronald McDonald House, and just encourage anybody to donate, because it really makes a difference in families' lives when they need it.